The Up With The Bonnets podcast is brought to you by Hilltown Electrical. Hilltown Electrical deals with both domestic and commercial jobs. You can find them on Facebook or by contacting them on 07793 847 390.
This podcast is also brought to you by the Downfield and the Nine Maidens. The Downfield, located on Strathmartin Road, Dundee, offers a breakfast, lunch and evening time menu. With a full British and Indian menu and kids eat free deals, there is something for everyone. The Nine Maidens, situated on Laird Street, offers a function suite for up to 200 people, catering to all types of occasions. Both pubs have Sky, TNT and Premier Sports, making sure you never miss a game. Visit both on Facebook to find out more. Hello and welcome to the 100th episode of the Up With The Bonnets podcast. First off, thank you to the supporters of the podcast for helping us reach this milestone. This season has seen more of you tuning in, downloading and streaming to listen to what us two numpties have to say each week. I'm your host Daniel Smith, and with me is my co-host Paul Gray, who has been on the Dawn Revy most of yesterday in Edinburgh before the Dundee game. He has sobered up to join us on this landmark episode. Paul, how you feeling? You tender?
No, mate, I'm absolutely fine. I was sensible yesterday. I did lose my wallet, though, which I'm really hacked off about. But no, I'm totally fine, mate. Totally fine.
Well, I thought you nearly lost your mind on Twitter last night as well, but your wallet and your mind you've lost.
Oh, they were lost years ago, mate. Years ago.
No point in trying to claim them back, eh?
Nah, long gone, mate. Long gone.
We're also joined by a special someone this evening to celebrate the 100th episode with us. He's a new sign-in. He's hit the ground running with 5 goals and 7 appearances, and thankfully he's got a name that I can pronounce quite easily. Let me introduce to you to Seb Palmer-Houlden.
Nice. It's really nice to be on the podcast. I really appreciate everything the supporters have been for this season, and I just can't wait to answer some questions and get involved.
Perfect, Seb. Thank you very much, like say, for coming on as well. Paul was especially ecstatic when I told him that we'd have a special someone coming on. So you're the first of the season.
I just hope Paul's found his wallet by now. That's all I'm wondering about.
Oh, mate, it's gone. Gone. There's about 50 quid in it as well.
Oh God! Did you see what? Did you see the Dundee bus as well yesterday? What happened to that? I saw that arrived on Twitter.
Let's not speak about that bus.
Yeah.
I was kind of thinking, was there any Hibs officials hanging about it trying to stop the bus from leaving Edinburgh for McCowan?
Probably were.
Brilliant.
Well, yeah. Well, let's go into the game, Seb. It's a game against Hibs. Dundee, fine start to the season. I would say so. Hibs kind of starting a little bit, but it's been a venue that's kind of haunted Dundee for many a years. I don't know if you're aware of the long spell without a victory at Easter Road.
It's 24 years, isn't it? Since 2001?
2001, yeah. Yes, a very long time ago.
Were you even born yet?
No, I was born in 2003.
Bloody hell, man.
Oh, dear.
Bloody hell. Jeez, oh, man. Oh, God.
You probably weren't even born for the Tannadice record either.
Probably wasn't.
Probably not. I don't know when the Tannadice one was either. So
this is a good start to the pod, isn't it?
Brilliant start, bet.
Places that Dundee can't win.
We beat Hearts this year already, so I think we can show. I think that one went down with the fans, especially. But no, the Hibs game was, I think, start of the first half started really well. Obviously, Tiff scoring a goal straight away, and then having another goal cancelled out for me being offside from about. I reckon my toenail was offside, but yeah, it's like you said, it's a hard place to go, and especially playing away from home. You always at the end of the day, I think we could have got 3 points very easily. Like the chances we created, I think we started to give away too many fouls at the end of the first half, and the second half I thought turned into a bit of a basketball game when it was just end to end, and anyone could have really won it. But to be 2-1 down in the 87th minute, it's come away with a point from Easter Road. I think it's still a really good point to get up. We're still unbeaten throughout the season, so can't really, you take 3 points, but you can't really complain.
Yeah,
That's
I think,
exactly it, mate. You
yeah.
can't complain. I mean, we were all feeling, I would say, as fans, we were feeling relatively confident going into this one because of our record and how we've started the season. But to go to the capital and come away with a point, come on, it's still a good result. And it still keeps the momentum going with the squad as well, surely. So, nah, you
Oh,
did well. You did well. We did well.
definitely. I think the confidence in the squad at the minute, though, it's like it's outstanding. The amount of goals we've scored in the amount of games is incredible. And I know some of the opposition aren't the same level as like you'd think to be playing, but it's a really good achievement. And to keep banging the drum and just to keep getting points on the board, you never know what can happen in the season.
Yeah, the goals is they're flying in, absolutely flying in. And there's a lot of people listening to other like football podcasts. There's other people that are predicting Dundee to have a really good season, but they're totally blown away by the amount of times we've hit the back of the net. And I know like that's one of those you do kind of look, it's the League Cup opposition and stuff like that, but it's Dundee aren't renowned for really hitting the back of the net like this. Somebody did point out that there's been seasons that, and it's been way back, well before me and Paul were born, but maybe way back in the 20s or something, 30s. But there's been seasons where Dundee haven't even hit 30 goals in a season. And here we are, we count, 3 games into the league campaign, so many in the League Cup, and, we're 31 goals now, is it?
I guess, yeah.
It's crazy. I think it shows the level of players we have at the club, though. Like like the attacking players and defending players as well. Because what is it? 10 different goal scorers. And it's incredible.
Like
it's brilliant. It's brilliant to see. It's not just you're not relying on one person. It's not just a one-man team. But everyone's contributing their part. But yeah, it's like I said, it's amazing. It's amazing to just keep scoring. But I think the gaffer Tony Docherty he just instills that confidence into us about just believe in yourself. That's the only thing he says. It's just all about bravery before you go out on the pitch. There's nothing to fear, which I think it shows how we play, especially.
I love hearing stuff like this, Seb. Keep it coming, mate. Keep it coming, mate. Honestly, I honestly love it. I said it on one of the BBC things that Tony Dock seems like the manager that you would really want to play for. You'd want to, run through walls for him, and just from what you're saying there, he sounds like he is that kind of guy. Yeah, he's just, he's cool as a cucumber, that boy. I'm telling you.
He's brilliant. He's brilliant, especially when I came through the door. Like the introduction he gave me when he was introducing himself, and like everything about coming into Dundee, because obviously it's a different country for me. I moved quite far away from home. It was just I felt settled in straight away. Made me feel welcome straight away, and he's had training every day. The man's standards, it's just brilliant. It's brilliant. He sets a real good tone for the team, and I think everyone just loves playing for him. That's the best way I can say it.
I think we'll maybe come back to the Hibs game later, but we'll maybe speak about yourself signing for Dundee. So you're at Bristol City. I think you're on a very lengthy contract down there. Is it 2026 or something? I
signed, so just after January just gone, I signed a 3.5-year deal, I think. Yeah, 3.5 deal. So 3 from the start of this season. So is that 2027?
2027, yep. Yeah. So you're obviously done there for, they see you as a prospect. If that's a lengthy contract. I think you've had loan, you played on loan for Yeovil and Newport County. And Newport County, actually, their podcast messaged me when we signed you, giving a big, it was like a love letter to you, by the way. It was actually like a love letter. I actually
You'll
felt
have to
like
send them it.
I know. I actually felt like somebody had stolen like somebody else's spouses and just smurking, But yeah, you're up there. You must be seen as somebody exciting prospect. But how did your move come around for a move up to Dundee, especially because of you playing for English clubs on loan, and next thing you know, you're coming up to Scotland.
So it was always the discussion in the start of well, even at the back end of last season, what I was going to do, because obviously going from League Two to the Championship is quite a big step up as it is. But it was more City wanted to bring in some players, and I heard along the grapevine that it was going to happen. And in my mind, I just wanted to play football. I just want to play football. I didn't want to be sat on a bench the whole season, getting maybe 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there. I just want to be in with a chance of starting. And my agent mentioned Dundee back end of last season anyway, said they were interested. But obviously you hear things, you hear things like from Dundee to other clubs, all like interest, but until it's happening, you don't really think anything of it. It's just pretty much just like Chinese whispers. But I remember I was on holiday, and Dundee were getting more and more interested. And my agent, like, because I regularly speak to him all the time, it just they were getting more and more interested. And then I was on holiday, and he rang me up, and it says it was a done deal. I was going up there, and I think it was a week or two after, to meet everyone, see the facilities, see where I'd be staying, and it literally was just like that. It happened so quick. Obviously, my old man was a bit like taken back from me living with him for ages, and then just like that, I moved away. But it was best decision I made. Honestly, I love everything up here. I felt like I've settled in really well. Enjoying my football, if you can tell. It's a brilliant move for me, definitely.
What were your first impressions like? You know, when you were showing around, you know, the training facilities and whatnot. Said, what do you think of the first time you seen it?
It was really good. Like, I've come from, so where I was on loan last season at Newport, the facilities weren't great because they were a club going through a bit of financial trouble. They were run by the fans, and they had a new owner take over halfway through the season. So it was a nice surprise to come in and see like everything was sat out in stone. It was like training pitch is really good, you know, good surface. The facilities, the gym is nice. That like last year I didn't really have a gym to go to, which people don't realize how much of a benefiting factor of like keeping fit using the gym is. Like, I'm like quite a big believer of it. I think like the one time I didn't really use it, I got injured last year. But yeah, and then the change room was brilliant. It just the whole facilities, the whole place was really good, and especially considering it's on like a college campus as well. Like, I think they've done a really good job of what they've got right there.
Yeah, I mean,
Sounds brilliant.
Yeah, it does seem like a big selling point, I think, having your facilities like that. For Dundee for many years, used to, you know, go from pitch to pitch, like council pitch. Never had any training facility, so I think this is the third year Dundee have been in this Gardyne complex, and it does seem to be when we speak to other new signings like last season or players that have played for Dundee, they're saying that it could be like a reason for a player not to sign is because a team doesn't have training facilities to a team that does have training facilities like we've got at Dundee. Would you probably agree with that one?
Yeah, definitely. I think players are footballers complain about everything. Let's be honest. We have to play for the world, you know. But so yeah, you know, like, I can understand why people like. For me, example, to be honest, I'm not really a big fan on the facilities. If the facilities are there, it's brilliant. But you know, I've got to just crack on with what you got. Obviously, some players it'd be different from player to player, but like I was very, very happy when I saw the facilities when I came up here.
It's nice, Danny, having somebody else on that's a big believer about the gym scene, eh? You know, because me and you, we're big gym guys, aren't we?
Oh, aye, big gym guys. Jesus, I was on before the Hearts game. I done a little bit with Premier Sports. I got asked. It was like a fans podcast thing. So there was me and a Hearts boy that done it, and we got asked, you know, just like 2 minutes or something. And Jesus, some of the comments afterwards. I'm like I said a couple of weeks ago as well. I'm on a diet, like just water diet, something. I'm like I might just have to join you in the gym because some of what was it again? Fat biscuit eating virgin was one of them. That was a pleasant one. There was probably a few other I better no reply to. So
You got to be careful. You got to be so careful on social media.
yeah,
no point. No point looking at things like that, you know, because there's always going to be someone who just disagrees or doesn't like something about you. You know, people pick out anything.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
we're thick-skinned. We're thick-skinned. We're okay.
I
Here's
know
the thing, though. Here's the
very-
thing, Seb. I didn't want to look at anything on like people, my mates, my family sent me screenshots of the
Always,
comments, and I
mate.
thought, thank you for that.
Yeah, the
That's your
mates,
mates for you.
mates always sniffing, aren't they? But it's a bit of a laugh, you know. But it's funny. It's just funny.
That's
I think
it.
the last time I set foot in a gym, Seb probably wasn't even born. That's not even a joke. That's a fact. I think it was back in high school, Danny. My God.
Brilliant.
Anyway,
Yeah, let's go back to the Hibs game.
so the Hibs game.
Aye, so,
Has Tiffany
Not-
scored yet?
I didn't think we went over Tiffany's goal, but what a goal it was!
What a goal.
Cameron, great vision from Lyle Cameron to tee him up, and Tiffany, who is on your tail in the goal scoring chart, Seb. It's 3 goals and 3 now for him, and I think me and Paul said it on previous podcasts. He had a slow start to his Dundee career, but he came on leaps and bounds last year, maybe about February time. But see, this season, what a totally different player. He was the player that we're seeing now as the player that ripped us apart when he played for Partick Thistle. He'd done it many a time, and he's just an absolute delight seeing him on that wing.
Oh, Tiff's brilliant. Tiff's brilliant in training every day. You know, I think like how good he is with the ball at his feet. You know, taking players on 1v1. It just shows. You know, I back Tiff in a 1v1 situation. I look at the Hearts game. He completely tore Taylor. Taylor didn't get a look in. You know, he sat a player down, and then another player's wiped him out for the penalty as well. Like it just he's a player with loads of confidence at the minute. And going to Lyle as well for the goal. I think he sat 2 players down as well, and the fact he's managed to pick the pass and not just tried to just throw a swing a left foot at it and try and shoot, which is probably what I would have done, being a greedy striker. But no, I think he started the season really well, and even in the cup matches when Tiff wasn't scoring, he was still impacting the game massively. You know, he just shows he works really hard every day, and I think it just shows on the pitch.
Mm-hmm. Does he know that the nickname that Paul's gave him?
Nickname.
It's a TV show that.
Is it Beavis and Butthead?
Aye, yeah. I was going to say it's a TV show that was probably out before you were born as well. But
yeah. Probably. I think that was out before I was born. But yeah, I think someone in the changes might have knocked that around as well. But he takes it good.
Danny, it wasn't me that came up with that. It was the boy in front of me at one of the games. And
it's always the boy.
I was creasing myself, to be honest with you, and then it's just kind of escalated from there. What's he like behind the scenes, by the way, Seb? He seems like a wee bit of a character.
He's a great laugh, Tiff. He's a great laugh. Funniest bloke in the changing room, I would say. Honestly, just it's all like it's very dry humour, but it's very funny, very funny.
Have you seen his goal gif? The first time I seen it, it looks really awkward, really awkward. It's like he's waiting on the go, and then he starts shaking his fists like that, and it's like 5 seconds of him like that, and it's you can't take your eyes off it.
Cameras are like the worst. Like I don't know when you put a camera in front of someone, it just changes them completely. Like you know, people respond completely different. Some people kind of take it in a stride. If you look at like Antonio, who's probably the best in front of a camera, you know, shows his personality best, and people are just put it on the side, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But it's one of those things. It's one of those things.
And then the offside goal. Aye, well, we've obviously kind of touched on it, but how Bylan was Simon Murray that you got in the way of his shot?
Oh no, Si's brilliant. Si's brilliant. I got a lot of time for Si. He's the most energetic 30-year-old bloke I've ever met in my life, by the way. Like
he's 32.
Yeah, exactly. The guy must drink 10 coffees like before he even gets into training. You know, he's just buzzing. You know, I've never seen. You like, especially I'm quite like as a youngster, you come into places and you got the senior pros are just like just keep your head down. He's the most bubbly bloke I've ever met, and it's brilliant to see. It's brilliant to see. Kind of it lifts everyone up. You know, it does really lift everyone up. But so if I remember, how did it come about? I think the ball went out wide. It was crossed in. I'm sure it's crossed in. That's why I've kind of pulled it off the wing into the middle, and it's just dropped down. And because I'm there, I'm just gambling on the ball, just like Sai hitting the target, and maybe the keeper like follow up on the keeper. I didn't expect Sai to go and hit me. It's gone back to Lyle and he scored, but
So it's Simon's fault then, yeah.
no, it was probably, to be fair, it was probably at the target, so killed him there a bit. But no, it's just I think it was unfortunate. But looking back at it, I can't. Obviously, I haven't seen it on like the TV, but what we use like Huddle, it just like I don't look offside. Like I don't know what the line, like when they drew the lines, how far it was, but you know. That's VAR. Poor Lyle can't buy a goal, you know. VAR's done him over twice now.
I bet he's fizzing, I bet he's absolutely raging with that.
Honestly. But no, it was, yeah, I think Sai's turned around and gone, Seb should have got out of the way and started laughing and run off. That just shows what he's like. He's just a great bloke. You know, the team overall, there's not a bad egg in there. There honestly isn't. And I went to Yeovil when they were in a relegation scrap from the National League. I was kind of chucked. That was a really weird experience for me. I got chucked in January, and a new owner had bought the club but not bought the club at the same time, and then brought in a load of other loan players. It was such a weird experience. But some of the players in there, you just like completely just the blame culture in that change room at one point. It really does. People don't realize how much of an effect like a good change room will have on people. You know, I think it brings the best out of players, and it can bring the worst out of players as well. But yeah, there's not a bad egg in there. Honestly, you can speak to anyone, and they're just, you know, then everyone's nice, they're honest, and just a good group.
That's what you want to hear. I mean, I think, Danny, I'm sure Joe Shaughnessy said that to us as well. Like, it's a togetherness in that team. And I'm not being funny, Seb, but as fans, we can see that. We can see that on the pitch as well. So to actually hear you saying it as well, it's absolutely brilliant. The fans all love to hear stuff like that.
No, yeah, it's brilliant. It's like the different like cultures of people as well. Like Big Mo, the poor bloke doesn't speak much English either. So everything's like, yes, yeah, he's like the nicest bloke ever. He's brilliant. Like even the new boys come in, they're all brilliant. You know, I say I take the mick. I've got a car school because where I live, there's a few players who live around me, but none of them can drive. So I got a car school of me, Antonio, Ziad. You know, I was taking Mo in as well in the morning, so it was a bit of a funny car experience, you know. But yeah, it's brilliant. Really good.
What is the conversation like in that car journey then?
Oh, so
many accents and, you know, languages kicking about.
So Ziad speaks really good English, even though I don't know how he's managed to get stretch and stretcher. You know, he's managed to pull up with a bit of cramp and he's been stretching off the pitch. But you know, I think the French to Scottish dialect didn't correlate too well there. But no, Antonio's. He's like, apparently compared to last year when he came in and he had no English whatsoever. That guy, he works really hard off the pitch with it. He's like, I would say he speaks really good English. So the conversations are quite good with Antonio. Everything's like, he just adds bro on to everything, you know. So just the way he is. But nah, he's a really good lad. I got a lot of time with Antonio, and I think that shows with how you see us on the training pitch, having a laugh. It's being serious as well.
Have they been trying to teach you any of the local lingo? You picking up any Spanish or that?
I'm trying to learn a bit of Spanish, yeah, just a little bit, you know. And I think it's hard learning another language. It is like really hard. To be honest, I was trying to learn a bit of Scottish as well. Like different words up here is amazing.
We struggle with Scottish.
Me and Danny are actually speaking nice and politely. We're not usually like this.
It's the Glaswegians that do me. Yeah, honestly, just I'm like, can you just? I'll just say yeah to whatever they say.
We don't understand them either. We don't understand the Glaswegians either.
Just agree with them. Just say yes, like you said. Just say yes and try and move on.
Oh yeah, but to be honest, so where I'm from, everyone sounds a bit like a farmer. So you wouldn't think it with the way I speak, but everyone in Bristol like a bit of a pirate. bit of ours, you know. But it's it's different. It's completely different, but it's really nice. It's really nice.
Back to the Hibs game now. We're going back to the Hibs game.
Off on a tangent.
I know. See, on Monday when you go back in, is the first thing we're going to be speaking about is how to tackle on the edge of the box, because it seemed to be like so many tackles that we gave away.
Yeah, I think I don't know what it was. I think you could feel pressure was building up a bit. I don't know why, because we were in control, total control. I think their fans had turned on them as well. Like you hear them booing every time keeper got on the ball because they couldn't play out. Yeah, I think we got the press right, especially, and then I don't know what it was. I think we just kept giving them opportunities, especially around the box. Me personally, I let too many crosses in from their wing back, which always applies a bit of pressure. And then I think as the wall, we should do better as well. I think a few boys turn their back, goes through a bit of the wall, and it goes in. And instead of going in at half time, where you can like recuperate, because even if you are going a bit of pressure, going in at 1-0, you can kind of like, you can see what the problems are. You can change it half time and you 1-0 up. But 1-0, I think it gave them like a lifeline and really put them back in the game. And then they came out second half, scored a really bad throw in. And then luckily we got up the other end and Simon Murray baby goes and sticks it in the back of the net, which you got to love.
That's it. Yeah, definitely.
Scenes, absolute carnage. But going back to Boyle's goal, I mean, John McCracken, no chance, absolutely no chance. It takes a deflection. He's never getting that. What was it like at half time? I mean, what was the dressing room like at half time, especially after starting the game so well and then going into the game drawing? What was everybody like? Who were the guys in there going, right, boys, let's keep it going? Like, who were they?
It wasn't like the gaffer's coming and he's like he's going at people, because you shouldn't, like you said, you shouldn't be going 1-0. You shouldn't be going 1-0, especially when you're in total control of the game. It shouldn't have gone to that. So I think it was literally, like I said, just everyone like saying, what's the problem? Why is it causing this? I think we were turning over possession too easily. We should just sat on the ball a bit more. But I think we addressed the problems, came out second half. I think again, and then it was a weird game. It was a really weird game. It kind of, like I said, it turned into like a basketball game. It's just like attack versus attack versus attack. And then I think we changed formation, went back to a 3-back, gained total control over the game for the last 15 minutes. I think, as you can see, caused them. They didn't really have an opportunity. It's typical, isn't it? They hit the bar after you score because it's crazy. They just get football's a weird game. That's the only thing I'll say. Football's a really weird game. You can on top of people for 15 minutes. Then we score the goal and you think, I'll go and get another one, and then they come back. It's football's a really weird game. But that's why I think everyone loves it. Just because how different anything can be.
And I think, I don't know if it was either side of there hitting the bar. I think Simon Murray nearly got into a position as well that he could have maybe nicked a winner. I think the ball just kind of got away from him a wee bit, or just not got a proper connection. Like I say, it was just, you'd never expect that with minutes to go. After going so late, you think, well, we'll just see the game out, and then, like you say, nearly getting a goal and then them hitting the bar. It's like, for neutral, it's fantastic. For a fan of any team, it's like heart attacks material.
I think it was a really good. There was a cross that came in the last minute. And it was going straight onto Sai's head. It's really good defending. If you watch it back, the defender's he's completely in the wrong position, and he's managed to flick it up, and Sai can't get any contact on it. So give credit where credit's due. It's like a really good bit of defence to stop it. 3 points. Sorry.
Yeah, you could see how frustrated Simon Murray was there. I totally forgot about that. I hate getting reminded about stuff like this. I honestly feel like, okay, we've scored.
See what happens when you sober up, by the way.
All comes back to you, mate. I didn't worry, Danny. I was making notes during the game as well, man.
Aye, good in.
All I really put was, what a goal for Sai. To watch it again. But anyway, I totally forgot about that, man. But like I said, me scoring in the last minute and getting a point, you kind of felt like it was a victory, though. But we really could have came away with the 3 points, but
no, I don't.
Well,
I think though, Yeah, that's it. I think if you look at last season, Dundee had we made a lot of comebacks, but I feel that this if we done that last season, especially in a big stadium against Hibs, then we might have not seen us come back to get a point. I think Hibs might have seen the game out, but there seemed to be more. There's more about the team. Like Dundee fans were absolutely ecstatic with the way that we played last season, where we ended, how the team performed. Sometimes, not all the time, but you know what I mean. You know, overall, we were happy. It was a great season after coming up from the Championship. But I don't think we would have done what we did yesterday. And it just seems like we are taking that extra wee step up from last season. And, you know, plenty of people are having us down for having another good season. And I just feel like, you know, we'll see victories against teams that we've not really had victories over and go to venues that we don't normally pick up points, and we'll all pick up points. I take it, do you think is that the kind of same feeling in the dressing room as well?
Oh yeah, definitely. I think it shows the resilience and the culture that the gaff has built. Like it's like a never say die attitude, you know, and it's like go even further on. And I think everyone on in the whole squad contributes to everything that we do, and like from the training pitch to the game, everyone contributes. And I think it's just like it's a really good mentality to have. And I think we think we can beat most teams, you know, like give the situation, any situation, we think we can beat most teams, so, which you want, you know. He says just we don't go into any games with any fear of any opposition, you know. We know if we play our best football, we can get a result against most teams, you know.
Danny, this is what I've been saying for like the last 3 seasons we've been doing this podcast.
You're making Paul a happy man with all this. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
you really are.
I love it because, I mean, obviously I'm biased. I've got the dark blue glasses, the usual stuff, but I do feel like we could beat any team, even Real Madrid.
So no pressure. Absolutely no pressure there.
So,
Nah, I'm not. But see, when you look at the teams on paper, we're a strong team, and up against that Hibs team, I hardly even knew half the team that were in for Hibs, but it's great seeing the style of football that we're playing, and it's obviously worked on in the training ground. You can tell because when Dundee do those intricate little passes and moves, it comes off, and it comes off. It's absolutely brilliant, mate. So just keep doing it. But actually, I've just remembered something else. We Seb, or Big Seb, sorry, having that chance in the second half as well. Oh, mate.
yeah, that's just me being a greedy bastard.
Oh no, mate, no.
Well within your right.
It's terrible.
Mate, you were well within your right to have that shot. That nearly sneaked in, man.
It's a weird one. I actually thought it was in. You get a feeling. I've kind of lifted it, and this last minute keeper's lifted his hand. I thought it snuck in, and it's literally last minute lifted his hand and it's just gone out. And just like, oh. But
that was it. We thought it was in as well, mate. I was sat behind the goal, mate, looking right down on it, and I thought that was sneaking in past the keeper, mate. But watching the highlights back, and you can see Simon Murray absolutely furious with you again.
I know my Simon. I know exactly what he would have done in that situation, and it's not passed. I'll tell you that for a fact. Exact same thing.
I see. Well, with Simon's goal, he's on 6 goals and you're on 5. I take it. I used to going to have a little back and forward to see who's going to grab the most goals.
No, yeah, no. I think it's just good competition. I think we don't care who scores as long as someone scores. You know, it's like I think. Like I said before, anyone could score on his team. Quite literally, anyone from. I wouldn't be surprised if Cracks could come up the pitch and score a last-minute winner this season as well. You know,
He probably will.
Yeah, you know, you get the full 11, all starters scored. But yeah, me and Si got a really good relationship on the pitch and off the pitch. Obviously, you got Maynard as well, another one who can add goals. It's a really good. Got a really good attacking threat this year. But yeah, so me and Si, it's a striker thing, you know. If you get a chance to shoot, you shoot. Unless it's completely obvious to pass, you're gonna shoot. And I think that's what it's just a natural response.
Yeah, I like how you're touching on that because I've noticed this. It's like you've got this knack, or But it's probably more instinct more than anything. I mean, you look at your goal that you scored in the derby, you were in there, you were in the right space. The same at the Airdrie goal as well. You were there or thereabouts. I mean, has that been trained into you, or have you just always kind of had that?
I think I like to say my movement is probably the best part of it's probably been the best part of my game, especially when I play. I've been playing obviously out on the wing a bit, like from the last couple of games, but going back up front, I think my movement is probably the best part of my game, in behind and in the box. I don't know. I think if you're always on your toes and you're always in and around the box, anything can fall to you. And I was just fortunate, obviously, in the derby, the keepers flicked it out, and it felt like it's a dream come true. One of those goals in the derby. Atmosphere was amazing, and then to go celebrate in front of our fans, you just can't, there's no feeling. I don't know how it's like when people ask, what does it feel like? It's like you can't describe it. The only way I can imagine it being is like a drug. It is like a drug. Scoring is like a drug. Because you just, as you can see, when I went and did a knee slide, I lost all control of all my limbs. Went everything flying left, right, and centre. But it's amazing. I'm a big believer in if I just get myself into the box, if strikers just get yourself into the box, anything can happen. And that's the same with shooting. Like, you don't shoot, you don't score. Like, you can have a terrible shot and it could roll through the keeper's hands. You just never know.
You don't shoot, you don't score. That's it. Or if it's Simon Murray shoots, you're in the way.
Yeah. If you want to wind up Simon, you can ask him when he's going to score a goal at Dens Park, because he's in his second spell at Dens. All his goals beforehand came away from home, and this season technically he's scored at home, but it's been at Glebe Park. But he's never scored at Dens for Dundee, so you can maybe wind him up about that. But hopefully you wind him up and he goes and does it on Saturday.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly. I know what size like. So I won't even go cross size mind. With some players it could. Thinking, I've never scored here, so I don't care. So I will get in the same positions. He'll shoot as always. It shows the level of player he is, the caliber of player. He's just a non-stop threat. Honestly, he's brilliant.
Because on his first spell, he was still quite young when he came to us, and obviously he played for Queen's Park against us and Ross County against us last season. And you did see, you mentioned his age. He's actually got better with age. And again, what you said, he's just like a live wire up top, just running back and forward, 32-year-old, and it just seems the boy's just got a stamina of the bull.
He never stops, does he, Si? He never stops. Correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't he come into professional football quite late?
I think, he played juniors, and then I think he signed for Arbroath, and then went on from there. But yeah, he came in later than what most players you'd expect to play football coming in.
I think that just shows, though, like some players take things for granted, and it just shows, because I think Si was come from another world into the football world. It just shows how much it means to him. Like, every day he's the same. You think he'd stop? He doesn't. He never stops. Honestly, it's like he's got coffee injected into his veins, like 24/7. Bubbliest guy. But I've got a lot of time for Si. A lot of time for Si.
Speaking of coffee, I've been told by a little birdie that you like the coffee shops in Dundee. You're a big coffee fan.
Yeah, I am a coffee fan. It's nice to get out and about. Obviously after training, you don't really want to be just stuck in your apartment or your house all the time. So it's like, obviously going because I live in the Quay, it's nice to I can just walk into town, or if I want to have a little drive over to Broad Ferry, you've got it's just everything's around Dundee. You've got loads in Dundee. You've got St Andrews, not too far away, which is another lovely place. It's really good up here.
Give us your top 5 coffee houses.
I would just say that. Let's speak coffee houses.
Let's go for it. I'm Cafe Nero. Come on.
Cafe. So it's weird. I came up here and everyone preferred Costa over Starbucks in the changing room. So my number one, and this might be a bit weird. Greg's Flat White. Greg's Flat White is it's the best. Greg's is the best coffee. And people are.
So let's go back to the Hibs game, Danny.
Yeah.
You can go to British Ride, go to Fazocchi's, get a wee coffee. Well, I told you I mispronounce a lot of stuff. There's the first one. What's the other one? Dune down by the quay, beside V&A Museum. Is it Heather's Street?
Yeah.
Fan?
Oh,
Henry's Coffee House as well.
yeah, I've been
Henry's
to
Coffee House.
I've been to Henry's. There's loads. There's loads. You know, it's brilliant.
Greg's.
I thought you were on about like commercial ones like Starbucks, Costa, Cafe Nero. I thought you were on about them. I didn't think you were on about these niche little.
Oh, we're a little bit snobby. We're a little bit snobby
we are
when it comes to
snobs
this.
Dundonian snobs. Who'd have thunk it? Yeah, listen, one of my mates is the manager of one of the Gregs. I'll hook you up, Seb, don't you worry. Back to the Hibs game.
Back to the Hibs game.
Let's speak about flipping Simon Murray's goal. Come on, It's one of the filthiest Dundee goals I can remember. Come on, Danny.
That was. Portales setting up. I think that's the fourth goal Portales has set up.
What's got into him this season?
Boys, just call him up to the Mexican squad. Just call him up to the Mexican squad.
Get in the armband now. In Mexico, obviously.
Antonio's brilliant. You know, it's just like guy just never stops. The amount of headers he scores because he's not tall. He's not incredibly tall centre half. He's about 6 foot. But it's just his timing is amazing, and like just to seeing him bomb down the right and then slipping Simon Murray through. You know, just off it like because off the seat at the time, like, and then Si slips it through the legs. Oh, it was amazing.
We couldn't believe it. We were like, what the hell is he doing up there? He's practically right wing. He was past the boy Ingram, but we McCowan, the audacity to outside of the boot, dink it over, and Portales. Oh my word. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Si Murray as well, like his movement to get behind his defender and the strength and just
it's where he's got his body. Si's got his body across the defender. Like, so he can't do anything. He's like, and he's weighted. And you kind of talk from a young, like, if you're going to shoot and you're close range to the keeper, aim for the legs because you can't move them. Especially like, it's such like, you see it so often where you just slide it through the keeper's legs. It probably did help Si that I wasn't on the pitch either to block his shot. That probably helped as well.
Absolutely.
But
was that the tactical reason of subbing you off? Like he's just getting in the way. He's just getting in the way of these shots here. Come on.
Yeah, exactly. Brilliant. But no, it was a brilliant goal. Really good goal.
Mm-hmm.
What was it like from your obviously point of view? You were obviously sadly been on the bench, but like looking at the Dundee fans as the goal went in, what was it like?
Well, I've had all the coaching staff stand up in front of me before I can even see. So I've just seen Si one-on-one, I'm thinking, and then you just hear the roar, and you just like that sound. It's just always, you can just hear it all the time in the back of your mind. You know, it's amazing. It's amazing. And I see Si wheeling off. I'm thinking, and he's a little because he's like quite cheeky as well. Never know what he's going to pop up with. Yeah, it was brilliant. Really good.
It was carnage. Carnage behind the goal. I have got bruises all over my shins. They're absolutely wrecked. But so worth it though. It was so worth it. It was just, and we deserved it. You know, we did. We deserved to come away with something from that game. Absolutely.
You involved in the pitch invasion as well, Paul?
No. I was right at the back. I was right at the back.
I'm sure you were trying to get down to it.
Would have taken me about a fortnight to get down these stairs. Carnage was brilliant. But then obviously we got a wee bit lucky at the end of the game, you know, with them hitting the bar. But look, you need the luck. You know, you need that bit of luck. So I kind of made that point feel like it was it was deserved anyway, but it did make it feel like it was a little bit of a victory. So
oh yeah, definitely. I think with luck though, you say that Luke's hit the post from a corner. Not a corner, bloody hell, free kick. Yeah.
He sometimes does do that though.
He scored from a corner last season.
Corner. Yeah.
Corner. He's so he's hit the post. Obviously I've been called offside and it's like millimeters. It's like I think you buy your own luck. In football anything can happen, like I said it previously. But yeah, it's like you said, because of how late it was, it did feel like last gasp. Felt like a winner. And it just, I think, especially away from home, if you just pick points up away from home, like the season, you never know what's going to happen this season. That's what I think.
I've seen a stat from the game that I don't know if it's totally accurate, but I think it is. It's saves made or shots on target. I know they scored, but it was something like, you know, Dundee 3 shots on target to their, like, apart from the goals, like 0 or something like that. Just stuff like that when you look at it, and you obviously you do feel like that's a great point, but again, the back of the head, you're like, could have won that one, could have.
Yeah,
And it
definitely.
just shows you how far the teams came on, I think.
That's it.
It just shows you everyone just expects to win, which is the best way to think.
Yeah.
You know, it just is like it's a never, like I said, winning mentality is amazing, and it can like football like it's weird. Momentum in football is crazy. You know, when you get momentum in football, anything can happen. I think it shows like some like teams can be put to this like you think they're down and out, 3-0 down, score one goal, and then the momentum completely changes. But I think that the game yesterday was very like. I think you saw at the start of the game we had all the momentum and we should have just kept it going. We could have controlled it completely so much better. Gave them momentum when and then they scored, and then second half kind of went a bit both ways. And then as it came to the end, I think we had all the momentum. And then after I think it's I heard a funny feeling. I heard a funny story. I don't know what pundit ever said it, but you're most vulnerable after you've scored a goal. Just after you scored a goal, because obviously your mind's thinking like you're not fully focused, and I think that showed straight away. But you know, it's football at the end of the day.
I think it was probably me that came up with that, Seb, to be fair.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I think it was. You must have heard it through the podcast. That's it. No, I love a football cliche, but it's a cliche, but it's true though.
You're cliche daft.
Oh, I love a cliche. Love it. I've actually got a book about football cliches, but that's a story. That's a story for another day, mate.
That's brilliant.
But it was good to see, like, obviously after that game, Dundee was still sitting fourth. It's still so early into the season, but you do see teams that you're expecting to do well, not doing too good this season, and maybe one of them you maybe could say hasn't really set the header like they did last term is the up and coming opponent St Mirren at Dens, or the Scott Foam Stadium, to go by its sponsorship name. It's last season was a really good test between both clubs when both of them, because we were both going for European football. Obviously, St Mirren just kind of pipped us at the post near the end of the season. But the first game we played at Dens, we absolutely hammered them 4-0. Like, you totally ripped them apart. Well, I say ripped them apart, you know, we contained it. We let them have a lot of the possession. And I think we had 4 shots on target and 4 goals, and that was it.
Pick them off. Pick them off.
I mean,
mate.
I'm not saying we need to better that result, but if you match it on the next game, that would be fine.
Oh yeah, that'd be brilliant, wouldn't it? For a lovely little 4-0 result. I'd take that any day. I'd take that now. Going into the international break with what? 8 would it be 8 points? 8 points.
Yeah.
We'd be in the top 4. No matter, we'd definitely be in the top. It'd be brilliant. I think it'd be a brilliant achievement. Just like, I think that's what the gaffers said. Like, start going in like little stages. Use like the international break as like a stage, and you want to get to like this certain point by this time, which is it's like setting little targets. And he's just done it all the way through since the start of the season. Like going into the cup matches, go unbeaten. And then after that, still trying, and I think we've just carried it all the way through. Like, what is it now? Played 8 games. Is it 8 games we played? Correct me if I'm wrong.
8 games, yeah. 8 games.
And drawn twice, 1-6. Is it 1-6?
1-6, yep.
Yeah. So it's like, you know, it's really good going. Really good going.
Mm-hmm.
Undefeated, man, after 8 games. Like, what's going on, Danny?
I know. I seen local journalist George Cran. I don't know if you spoke to George before for the Evening Telegraph. I think he done an article, and I think it's one of our best stats of the season. And he was way back in the 80s and 70s. Like, he was way back for that. And obviously the League Cup does help with a good start, but it doesn't matter. We've said it on this podcast, wins, victories breed confidence, and it doesn't matter who you're playing. You just keep going and going.
I think even the start of the league campaign, we've had it's been quite a tough start. You know, when you think about it, like the derby was a weird game, really weird game, because it's not like any game of you can't results aside with a derby. You know, doesn't matter the form; it's just a completely different ball game, entirely. So the fact again we've come back in that game as well. It just shows our attitude towards it. And then to beat Hearts 3-1, and obviously Hearts aren't having a great time at the minute. I don't think losing. What did they lose today as well?
Lost today as well, yeah.
Brilliant.
It's, but it's and then what was it? Hibs away. It's been quite a hard start to the season. FPL is my biggest nightmare, I tell you. Honestly, fancy Premier League. Honestly, I can't pick a break team. Always get done over by someone. Right.
Just Captain Haaland, you'll be fine, mate.
I chose the Salah over Haaland, and look, it's gonna bite me on the ass straight away, hasn't
it? So you'll probably keep that up until October, then just forget about it then, like most people.
I'm gonna try and keep on top of it. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon. So it's like I've got that kind of attitude with it.
Well, we've no spoke about the Hearts game actually. It makes it quite easy, you being a new player, is that we can go back to these games because they're still fresh in the mind here. But the Hearts game, I think a lot of fans thought about that game coming up and were a little bit worried because Hearts have bought some players in and look good for third place. I think they're a lot of people's choice for third place, but it's just like the Hibs game at the start. Dundee just like hit the ground running and also noting to butter you up anything here, Seb, but if that was your best game I thought for Dundee. You were making the run from the wing in, and it just seemed that I can't remember the defender who was against you at left back, but it just seemed like he'd seen that's it, Penrice. He must have saw you, this big huge laddie, running at him, and it's just like he thought to himself, "Nah, I know the day."
Yeah, to be honest, because I was the first time playing. So I played on the wing before. I've played on the wing before. I wouldn't say I'm like the most natural winger. I'm not gonna be like loads of tricks and skills, but I'm quite powerful. I'm quite a powerful runner. I always like to think. But no, the Hearts game was brilliant. The fact that 3-0, can't think of anything better. Can you going 3-0 off at half time? I think I think on that day we got everything right tactically. We caught them on the press. I think. It helps when Taylor puts it in the back of his own net. That always helps as well. But I think that whole game was brilliant. And then second half, even though they got a goal back, I think we just we didn't crumble. It didn't feel like didn't feel like there was loads of pressure on us. We could have scored more. We got done by VAR again. Big Mo Tiller's decided to handball and play. I was annoyed at that one because I wanted to assist on that one as well. I think I put but yeah, it was like I said with that was a brilliant game, and at Dens you just think you can beat anyone,
Mm-hmm.
Especially when you got a home crowd behind you. It's just it just creates such a good atmosphere to play in front of.
You're saying all the right things, Seb. You're saying all the right things.
That was my daughter's. No, I was going to say it was my daughter's first game. It wasn't. It was the Airdrie game. But the Hearts game, you should have shot instead of passing to Tiffany.
Nah, the pass was on. The pass was on. I'll give Tiff the benefit of that. I think it takes a bobble. If watching it pops up a little bit. But
Rubbish. He should have buried that.
Look, it's fine. I'm sure I'll miss a chance or two this year, so I'm not going to dish out blame when especially after I've stopped to go yesterday as well. I can't sit there and say that. But it was I think, I don't know, when I've always been quite good at straight line running. Once I get into my stride, I think I'm pretty quick. And obviously I'm not. I'm quite big. So I feel powerful. I just feel I can breeze past players. I need to be honest, I need to do it more. But it's learning. It's just learning playing out there a bit more, because obviously I'm just throughout my whole career really I played as a 9. Mm-hmm. So I've always been sit on the shoulder of a defender and just time a running behind. That's always what I've always done throughout my career.
I think that's what some of the Newport fans were saying, that even though you are a big tall laddie, that they were he's got bags of pace, and it's actually quite hard to understand. This big tall laddie can run like that. But that game against Hearts, I think there was about 2 or 3 times you went on a run, mate, and nothing was stopping you. Especially when you bodied the boy, the left back Penrice. Oh my word! Oh my word!
That would have been a lovely assist to have if Big Mo didn't. That would have made some highlights for me. But it's all good. I don't know. It's weird. I just a bit of a bull. I just try and just just batter through people. It's no real
Mate, you need to do that in Scotland, though. That's the thing. It's known for being quite a physical league. So if you're going to be doing that, tell you, some defenders are not going to be happy with that. Like, you will noise up the right people, and it'll be brilliant, mate.
No, it's brilliant. It's brilliant. But yeah, just everything at the minute. Just really enjoying football. Just enjoying everything at the minute.
Paul mentioned about how physical Scottish football is. Is that something you've maybe noticed as well, or what differences is there between Scottish and English football?
So obviously, I think technically I've come up here, balls passed a lot more. You know, well, comparison to League Two. Like League Two was I played last year, and you had your teams like Stockport, Mansfield, teams like that who did they popped it really, really well. But a lot of teams in League Two just absolutely hoofed it, and we were one of those. I got a lot of the Newport. I got a real good. I had a really good relationship with the Newport fans. But I think they would agree with me. Last year we were a bit like Boom Ball as well. You know, we've just high press, high intensity, just try and batter teams. You know, never really had loads of possession, but it's just a completely different ball game coming up and playing up here, on the ball a lot more, playing 1-2s a lot more instead of just going from goalkeeper to centre half and centre half to their goalkeeper and then roles reversed. I remember playing Sutton away last year, and oh my god, it was had to get your tin hats out for that game, I tell you.
I think
it's physical, but it's very technical as well. You can see both sides. You got to be so switched on. That's what everything. If you switch off for one moment up here, teams punish you. They really do. But it's really good, really good.
You also last season you managed to come up against I wouldn't say juggernaut because they're not really a juggernaut team anymore, but still a giant team. But Man United, you had them at Newport County's ground in the FA Cup. That must have been a great experience because you started the match up top, I believe. So that must have been a good experience to obviously come up against players, and it's Man United, isn't it? Regardless if they're playing bad, it's still Man United.
Yeah, it's weird. I think I'm completely different player to when I played Man United. I think I was still a bit of a boy playing Man United. And I think it was obviously I just got I'll be honest, I got pocketed by Varane and bloody Martinez. But the experience, it was amazing playing against players like that. It was just I'm watching bloody Martinez in a corner, twist and turn. He's dribbled past about 3 players. He's then switched the ball across his own box to Dallo, who's then flicked it with it back to the goalkeeper. And I'm thinking, what am I playing here? It's looking like beach football. And I'm thinking, wow. And it's but no, it was scoring. I think this is my strike partner Will Evans last year when he scored the goal to make it 2-2 against Man United, and when we were on top of Man United for a point in time. It was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. And it was funny because I was playing that game because we went into the game. It sounds stupid, but we were kind of going into that game for a replay. We wanted to play at Old Trafford because the next draw, for me especially, the next draw could have been against Bristol City. It was Bristol City or West Ham. No, Bristol City or Nottingham Forest. And obviously, if Bristol City won, I couldn't play.
Oh yeah, right. That could be because of the loan deal.
Yeah. That would have done me over. So I was I just wanted to play at Old Trafford, obviously in front of 80,000 people. It'd be incredible, wouldn't it? But it was TV, everything. It was amazing, an amazing experience.
Yeah, playing in front of 80,000 sounds great, but come on, mate, it can't be as good as playing in front of the Derry. Come on.
Oh, exactly. No, the Derry.
Let's be serious here. Come on.
What a stand!
I tell you, the Dundee derby, it's definitely the best atmosphere I've played in front of. My whole career, best atmosphere I've played in front of because it was just It was amazing. You know, it was so surreal walking out into that. Obviously, I don't know why we had to clap them into the bloody on the pitch. That didn't go down too well, did it? But
Nonsense. Well, anyway.
it, yeah, it was like, yeah, just like the roar of the crowd. It was amazing. It really was amazing.
I've never seen Danny celebrate a goal like that in my life.
Oh, I was down the
Honestly.
stairs. So if I was able to get on the pitch, I probably would have been on the pitch. But we were in the top tier, so there was no chance of that happening. But I was right down the stairs, and then I just looked up, and Paul's looking about for me. It's like that meme that you see of John Travolta in Pulp Fiction, you know, when he's
Yeah,
holding the coat and looking round, and I'm just
yeah.
like looking at him, pointing, hugging like random bald geezers and everything.
How the
That's
hell
what
did
you
you
want.
get down there? How did you get down there? Honestly, mate, that I've never celebrated a goal like that as well either. I think I'd feel both like the muscles in my neck, just absolutely screaming, going absolutely bonkers.
I still didn't know that was you that scored it, Seb, until like the day after. Because somebody was like that to me, "What scored it?" And I was just like, because it came on, somebody came in for the right. I was like, I think Ingram. Just told random people it was like Ingram that scored the goal. So it was good to see you back and then see you scoring that, even though I celebrated somebody else scoring it, really, in principle, didn't I?
It doesn't matter. Goal's a goal. You know, whoever scores it, it's the way it makes people feel. Like just that the ball. Like, don't get me wrong, my eyes lit up. Like when that ball fell to me, now I was like, wow. It's just like there's a smile in my face as the ball's been rolled back from the goalkeeper, and then yeah, it was just like hit the target. Then it's fun. It's funny because if it was on my right foot, I might have hit it too hard, because obviously I think it was Will Ferry on the line. Is it Will Ferry on the line? I could have
Yeah.
hit him
Yeah.
on my right foot because I was just trying to smash it. I would have tried to smash it. With my lefty, I've just tried to just swung at it, and it's just not even. I haven't thought twice about it. I've seen it go past the line, I think, and then I honestly can't remember what. Like, just can't remember after that. You just like it's like a blur. It's amazing.
Neither can we, to be fair.
um, the
Sheer euphoria.
I know the see one part of the team that are getting a lot of plaudits right now is, and they did last season, is the midfield. It's quite a diverse midfield. You've got Silla. He's the Derry Vieira. You know, you said he doesn't speak much English, but he talks and tackles. That's what he does. So he's all over the park.
The best tweet ever yesterday. What was it? It was like 71% of the world is covered by water, the rest is covered by Mosilla. It was something like that. It was absolutely amazing. It was
I
like
said that to the boy next to me at the game.
such a good tweet.
That's been bumped. Oh.
So you're the source of that, Paul.
Oh, mate, I said that to the boy. Honestly, the boy yesterday was in stitches the entire game. Maybe his head was burst, but he looked like he was having fun anyway. But I said that to him. I said that.
But yeah, the midfield, like going on to what you said, the midfield, yeah, it was like the quality in there is brilliant. You know, it's amazing. It makes my job 10 times easier. You know, I just make one run and I know the ball could come at any moment and I could be one-on-one. Like it's such a good. It helps me no end to play with such a.
Yeah, because you see, normally in most teams, you've got one midfielder that can ping the ball and, you know, pass it to you, make it like a World Cup pass or put it over the defenders. But we seem to be spoilt because we've got two, and Luke McCowan and Lyle Cameron, who both can play absolutely fantastic passes. Just the vision on both of them is unreal. We're spoilt, really.
You should see him in training. You should see him in training. They're the sharpest players I've ever seen in training. Like in the boxes as well. You don't want to be in a box with them, I tell you. You don't want to be caught running around because you'll be running around all day. But they're it's just like it's eye of a needle things. Like I think it was like Lyle's pass yesterday, Luke's pass to Tiff against Airdrie. It's just like, you know, it's top quality. You can't replicate that. You know, special players, and the fact we've got two of them is quite fortunate.
And you've got Silla behind them, just being an absolute machine.
Oh, he's a man mountain, man. Man mountain. Honestly, I love how you mentioned, obviously, it's the Derry Vieira, and then there's obviously Tiffany and Beavis, you know. But is there any other nicknames kicking about that we should know about, eh?
I'm trying to. I don't think. There is. Nah, no. I don't think there is. To be honest, it's like
We had one for Shaughnessy, but just because he's a good-looking fella, we called him Shag Shaughnessy. But he's obviously happily with a missus and stuff like that. But
he'd happily take that nickname, wouldn't he?
Oh
definitely, you're
yeah.
not going to turn that one down. We're trying to think of one of McCracken. He's just got model hair. I like to see him and Shaughnessy must argue about who's the most good-looking person in that squad or something. Because
Joe's the most modest bloke I've ever met. Like honestly, great. I think he'd be like Joe. Joe went back around over things like that. He's brilliant.
we had
Yeah,
him on the
top.
pod, and
Yeah,
he
he was
was
top drawer.
fantastic. Yeah,
Not as
You
good
know.
as you though, Seb, obviously.
Oh,
of course
thank you
not.
so much.
Say, Danny, come on, eh? I was
Yeah,
gonna
no,
actually. I love how you mentioned like Tiffany, being like the funniest guy in the changing room. But like, I mean, who's like the biggest voice in the dressing room when it comes to like motivation? Any ideas?
Either Luke or Si. I go Luke or Si. Luke down or Si. Honestly, like Si managed to get the fans going at bloody in the derby. I've never seen it before. He started a chant himself. I've never seen that before in my life. You know, that's Si to a T, though. I think we're going into the war. I'm thinking, I'm Si. I've never seen someone start the crowd going. It was brilliant. But
that's
no,
amazing.
there's some really big voices in there. I think everyone, everyone plays like a key factor. Just like I think anyone can say anything. Everyone knows it's not personal.
Mhm.
Like say someone's not like doing something wrong, they know it's not personal. It's just like it's to help them, it's to help the team. But
Yeah.
no, Luke's got a big voice. Definitely demands a lot, which is what you want. Demands a lot, but it's really good. It's really good.
Is Big Billy really that scary looking? Because what is he, 6'5"? He's a unit.
I got Billy's man album me in training already, so I try to stick to it. Honestly, it's just that it's crazy. You just look at him, and it's like looking honestly like looking up to your dad when you're a little kid, like. But nah, it's like don't. I've learned one thing with Billy, and that's not try to beat him in a race. Off the mark, he just absolutely sends you into next week, and I've learned that. And yeah, but he's massive. Wow, he's massive.
I like how you said there, like he's good. The team can basically say things, and it's not obviously personal. It is to help each other, and I think that's what you need. You need that, and you want teams. You want your players, your teammates around you to develop, and
Oh,
obviously for you to develop as well.
definitely. You just want to be honest with people. Like it's like help anyone out where you can. Like it's just like and it's sometimes some people aren't. I mean, not everyone's gonna have the best game every game.
Mhm.
It happens to the best of us. But if someone's like going for a bit of a slump, like someone's screaming at them or demanding, does make them like it pumps them up a bit more. I think it makes them think like, oh, I've got to switch on now, really like focus. But it's a really good thing to have, and I think like we go through video analysis all the time and pick up on things that you might not have seen in the game. But yeah, like it's a really good group. I think I've covered that. It's an amazing group. Yeah, I don't know what more to say about. I don't know what more.
Mate, another cliche that these are all pieces for a puzzle. That's it.
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
you're on chapter 7 of your cliches.
Oh,
please,
mate,
all right, yeah. I love it. I love it. It's
I've actually finished the book, Danny. I'm adding my own ones in now.
Seb, we've got to ask you a favour. So, the term Curtis Mania for Curtis Main was flung about at the end of last season, and it's got the ball rolling on Twitter, or X as it's called now. And I noticed that the Dundee Twitter account, or X, has kind of got into it as well, and they've done a lot of Curtis Mania tweet. But what we've been saying it on the podcast a few times, when he scores, we need Curtis Main when he scores to do Hulk up. We need him to do the Hulkamania, the wee stance, just purely for the banter, really. Yeah,
need to
Yeah.
get.
you need to get him to help. You need to get him
Needs to
pelted.
get him a headband first. That's what you need. Get him to get a fake mustache and put it by the side.
Yeah.
Scores a goal. Do it. But
like the player that used to score. I can't remember. And he used to put on the Spider-Man mask.
Aubameyang.
Aubameyang.
That's it. Yeah. So Curtis Maynard will just be having a Hulk Hogan mustache in his front of his shorts and
His socks.
the bandana.
A fake mustache in one sock and then a bandana in the other.
Hopefully, if he scores, he doesn't get too carried away and rips his top off and get booked or something. But
Maybe it'd be worth it though. Come on.
Need that for Coach Main, and when Antonio scores, we need to get like one of the Mexican masks, and he puts it on like Jimenez.
Like Rey Mysterio.
Yeah.
Or Nacho Libre.
Brilliant. But no, the people who run all the person Pete knows, people who run the Twitter, who run social media have been amazing what they do. Like the footage they do, I think it gives a lot, shows people as shows the footballers more as a person as well. You know, like you might not see it because when you do an interview with someone, you always say the same, like, oh yeah, it was good, blah 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 blah. It always goes through the same PR, like, you know, you have what you have to say. But I think with like the behind the scenes in training and things like that, just shows people's personality, and just shows that not everyone's like boring.
Robotic.
Yeah, it's good to see that. It is really good to see that. Like you say, Pete and all that are doing a fantastic job with the social media and the behind the scenes stuff. And, you know, just every day there's something. And I do like when the players are coming in and it's a question, you know, just, what is it again? Who's your favourite mate? And so there's stuff like that. And then they're managing to get something out of it, if you know what I mean. It's just a simple question because there'll be somebody that's going to give a wee smart remark back and whatnot. So it's good to see all that way. And again, it shows you the link and the bonding of the team that we're seeing this. Yes, the togetherness that we're seeing this season.
Oh, definitely. It also the thing that players watch them videos as well, you know, and then it starts bounding around the change room what people have said, which always makes it even better. You know, it's just a good thing to have. I think it creates such it just creates a good atmosphere. But like, for example, I think the last one was like what Olympic sport you could do. And obviously like I'm sat by Ethan Ingram, who's just gone rowing. I've gone, you haven't done rowing in your life. What he causes things like that. It's just funny. You just get on to people for certain things, you know. It's really good. It's really good.
Or the other video where you were like, is Antonio been out yet? What's he said? Vamos hermanos or something. And then the next clip was Antonio saying that. It was absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
People think that was staged as well. And that was nowhere near. I promise you, like hand on heart, that wasn't staged at all. Because obviously I drive with him every day. I give him a lift every day. I talk to him. He sits by me in the changing room, and me and him, I'm at training till bloody 4 o'clock with him playing bloody table tennis or something stupid. I literally I've got a really good bond with Antonio, but I know what he's gonna say. It's weird. You just pick up on things like that. So it's but yeah, I can't believe people think that was like choreographed, you know. Oh yeah, have you say it? It's brilliant. It's brilliant.
That's what we like to see. I mean, one of the, obviously, like from a fan's probably point of view, you're concerned. Well, you're not concerned, but like you want your new signings to hit the ground running. But from what I've seen from you on the pitch, it seems like you've hit the ground running. And from these wee videos and what, even just speaking to you now, it seems like you've settled in and hit the ground running off the park as well. See that means so much to like the Dundee fans. Trust me, mate.
Yeah. It's like I can't thank people enough. You can't thank supporters enough for how they are around you. And I like I said, with anything, I always just try and take the time out of my day. Like people want to have a chat. I love. It's weird. I just like when you're in like a coffee, like for example, a coffee shop, and someone just comes up to you to have a chat. It's amazing because it's just like see a different perspective of people. Like obviously you see people just on the pitch like that, but it's so nice. Everyone's been amazing to me. You know, got the old Dundee United fan drive past me, giving me a few hand gestures, but all the D fans have been amazing to me. You know, it's like I'm so grateful for how they've been around me. Like helped me settle in so much. It's just, and taken to me well on the pitch as well.
That's great
Stop
to
calling
hear.
Greg's a coffee shop.
It's not Greg's a coffee
Greg's
shop.
isn't a coffee shop.
It's not a coffee shop. It does the best. It does the best flat white. It does the best flat white.
Are you looking for sponsorship or something here? You just keep going on about the flat white coffee.
I had a lot. I had a lot of great. It's probably last year. I didn't have wouldn't have any food after training, and I was with a car schooled with a player. It was great with me, and the guy loved Greg's, and he brought that on. He kind of instilled that into me. It was like every morning, like Greg's coffee and a bloody like pastry or something from there. You know, it was always funny. But no, I tell you what though, my favorite coffee. I take after my mum. Starbucks pumpkin spice latte when it comes back out.
Oh God!
Nah,
So back to the Hibs game.
hey, what's wrong with that? All right, what's your favorite coffee then? Come
Oh,
on.
I just love a black coffee, mate. An
Oh,
Americano, boom,
boring.
no problem. Cafe Nero, here we go.
Coffee,
Or just like your Tesco branded stuff. I'm easy, mate.
Oh, wait a minute. You can't be having a go at Seb for saying Greg's flat white when you've got your Tesco branded stuff. Come on.
The price of coffee nowadays is scandalous.
Oh yeah, that is very true. That is very. That's why I've got my Nescafe back here. You know, just put a few.
Yeah.
We need to.
Job.
We need to speak to Pete, and we need to do a video diary and go around all the coffee shops with you. But it ended up Paul's bouncing over the walls.
Yeah, I was just going to say, not in one day. God's sake, game over, man. Game over.
Where it was. I know where it was. I don't know what it's called. It's on like what's the like? So you've got City Key, and as you can't, like you've got Apex Hotel.
Mm-hmm.
It's like opposite, like the main road behind the Apex Hotel. I think I can describe. It's like on that road, like the grey. I think it's like the Grey Goose or something like that. The goose.
Giddy Goose.
And the White Goose. No,
Yeah, White Goose.
I know where that is, on Dog Street. Mate, I went past that today. I thought that was closed. That closed ages ago, but now it's reopened.
Right.
Brilliant.
It was lovely in there. Lovely. When my old man came up, I had a turmeric latte. Never had a turmeric latte before in my life. bit different, very different. I'll give you that one. But yeah, it's like, I don't know. It's weird. It's nice going to like different coffee shops, coffee cultures. I'm just a big fan of coffee culture because I quite like reading as well. It's just nice to pass the time, sit there, read a book, have a coffee. It's brilliant. I've been to Henry's coffee shop as well. Like you said, they've got I just sit. That's like normally my regular because I know what I like. Just sitting there with a book, read. Job's a good one.
You know that Paul's going to be haunting you, looking into the coffee shops.
We could just sit in silence together and read our books. I'll read my cliche book, you'll read your, I don't know, murder mystery novel.
Murder mystery. Paul's sitting there with his tweed jacket on, reading specs.
And my pipe,
And his
blowing
pipe.
bubbles. That weird.
It's better than sitting in a tracksuit. I don't worry about it, honestly. I'd rather be wearing a two-body suit.
You both can look elegant together.
Yeah.
In silence.
But Seb, thanks very much for coming on this week. I really, really appreciate it. Like you say, it's our 100th episode, so we had to make something special. We had to do something special, so we got somebody special on, and we got yourself, who you're banging in the goals just now and stopping them as well. But we'll forget about that.
No, I just like I said, thank you so much for having me on. Like, you've been brilliant to me here. It's really nice to meet both of you. Hopefully I see one of you out of the coffee shops as well and have a lovely little catch up out there as well. That'd be amazing. But like I said, I'm very grateful for you having me on. I hope it's gone well. I hope I was a good guest. I'm sorry about yesterday as well. That's the only thing I can say.
Oh, we can always forget and go back to loving you. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's all forgiven. It's forgotten about.
Water under the bridge. Water under the bridge.
Yeah, but Seb, thank you very much, and Paul, thank you very much as well for sobering up and not actually drinking during this, because he's got a habit of opening up tins. All you hear through the podcasts are just a little clink and aluminium opening up, and that's Paul on his San Miguel. Thank you for refraining and drinking Coke Zero.
No problem, mate. But as soon as we finish recording, you know what's happening.
Oh, yes. Thanks to our sponsors, Hilltown Electrical, the Nine Maidens, and the Downfield for obviously backing us. And we'll speak to you all next week where we'll dissect what happens in the Submarine game.